Hello and welcome back to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2952, an in-game Star Citizen event. And this is day 3. We have one of the biggest, if not the, I kind of messed up a little bit there, right? Now, it's the biggest military supplier in the verse. It has big guns, big pew-pew, and yes, you just saw the Javelin. And it is a capital class destroyer, and it is chef kiss, but the price tag will scare a lot of people away. So before we begin, like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. And let's check out the ships that offered from Aegis Dynamics. Alright, that offered from, I kind of got it right. At the same time, I got lazy to edit. Plus, this is a lot of X amount of takes later. So we're gonna start off with not the ship list, but I want to start off with the Warbond Daily Deal. And this is best, right? Like I said, you want to get as much Warbond Daily Deal as best as you can. Don't worry, if you missed the previous Warbond Daily Deal, it will come back for, I think, 1 or 2 more days in the finale. And we're going to check out the Eclipse and how much it costs first. $300, yes, it is a lot of money. Lots of moolah, but if you got the Warbond upgrade, it is $280. That means you actually can get the Caterpillar cheaper, right? Caterpillar was on the Warbond Daily Deal, day 1, and I think it's $330. You get $25 discount, so $305, and then you can actually upgrade from the Eclipse, so you can minus off $20 on your Caterpillar as well. Yeah, no, it's great. And of course, we want to look out at big ships. You can actually get big ships cheaper that way. And the best way to do it is through the Warbond Daily Deal. So keep an eye out. I'm definitely going to make a complete PSA on how cheap can you get the Carrack. Because Carrack is my favorite ship and I'm biased. Alright, let's move on to the ship list. And we're going to start off with the Avenger Stalker. And this is I would say the Avengers series in the game is fantastic, right? It is cheap, it's reliable, and it's Space Penguin. Who doesn't like Space Penguin, right? So the Avengers Stalker is a bounty hunter version, which means it has a prisoner cell at the back or in the back. And that's it, right? At $60, yeah, it offers much better than the competitors with the price range. Looking at you, 300i. And yeah. One of the best thing about the Avengers series, it has a size 4 weapon hardpoint on the nose. That's right, you can mount up to a size 4 fixed weapon. And it's crazy. If you don't want that, you can fix a size 3 gimbal at $55 or rather $60. It is a weapon. No, it is one of the ships or only ships that can mount a size 3 or size 4 with this price point, which is crazy, especially the Avenger Titan. At $55, this was the golden child for starter ships out there, right? Everyone will recommend you the Avenger Titan no matter where you come from, right? If you ask in the forum, if you ask in the chat, or if you ask any YouTube videos, everyone will point you, the best starter ship is the Avenger Titan. But now it was, because the Drake Cutter takes the cake at $40 Warbond, $45 store credit. And this is very, very important. $10 difference between the Avenger Titan and the Cutter. Cutter can do everything except having the biggest gun for that price range. So the Avenger Titan is still good, but the Drake Cutter is better because right now, for this particular year, $40 Warbond, you get an LTI Drake Cutter, and that by itself, it's way better than the Avenger Titan. Plus, you can upgrade to the Avenger Titan if you choose to. Yeah. So we're going to move on to the Avenger Titan Renegade at $75. And you say, hey, isn't this much better? Why is it more expensive? The answer is very simple. It's just have better weapon loadout with some cool skin. However, it loses its penguinness. So I'm going to go back to Avenger Titan. Simple as that. But this is still a nice ship, right? Nice weaponry and stuff. Now, the Avenger Warlock at $85. This ship has one special thing, and it's called EMP. And it's one of those things where you can get the cheapest EMP at $85 with maximum firepower. There is another few ships out there that has EMP, and one of them is still in the Aegis Dynamics line, and we're going to check that out. That one's a bit more expensive, but still very nice ship. $85. Would you pick the Avenger Warlock up? That depends, right? We're going to go through on what ships would I actually pick and why is it. Next, we're going to have the Eclipse at $300. This is a stealth bomber. Would I recommend picking it up? We have better options for the Eclipse at $300. Crazy. Plus, it doesn't really have good pilot weapons other than an S9. Or is it S10 torpedo? No, it's S9. S10 is exclusive to the Polaris, and that is one ship I love. Oof. But yeah, torpedo ship. There we go. And 3 torpedoes. So it's a little bit lackluster, but it's a stealth bomber. Next, this is one of another favorite ship of mine, plus it's a poster child for Squadron 42. It is the Gladius. At $90, this is technically a light fighter, or rather a dedicated light fighter, and this ship is, my goodness, it's very, very good, right? One of the best. And if you see the video for today for Star Citizen, you'll see the commotion about it. At $90, this is actually, I would say, the golden benchmark. This gold standard for a light fighter. Yep. And that's a pirate variant, and I love the pirate variant. Next, we're going to move on to the Gladius Valiant. This is a better weapon loadout option at $110, but because we can buy weapons in the game for in-game cash already, I would say skip the Valiant or Valiant. How do you pronounce this? I'm calling it Valiant. As much as I want to say about the paint scheme, I don't think there's any much difference. That's why I'm going through back and forth. There's only a few decals different, so meh. It's an easy skip. Just get the default Gladius. Next, we have one of the biggest multi-crew pew-pew ship in the game. It is the Hammerhead. It is flight ready at $725. This is actually a very nice ship, right? It is a heavy gun ship, and anything that screams heavy gun ship, I like it. Or rather, not heavy gun ship, anything that screams gun ship, I like. You should pick it up if you have a group of friends to play with. It is one of the best pew-pew ship, in fact, right now. It might change later, not the ship, but depends on the mission that you run, is that this guy can handle the highest level of bounty hunting, or player PvE bounty hunting. One of my favorites. But sure, yeah, $725, there are much better ships you can pick up, and cheaper ships, that's for sure. But still, Hammerhead is very nice, especially got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 friends plus you, the pilot. It's crazy good. Next, we have the Idris P. Now this one strikes a little bit something in a soft spot in my heart. It's one of the ships that I want to actually get it, but at $1,500, I decided to skip it entirely in favor of having more smaller ships. Idris P is a capital ship. It is a, well, it says frigate, but it's a capital ship with a cool railgun. I think that's, you need an add-on. That's the Idris M. So the Aegis P doesn't have the railgun. It has a hangar bay that can fit up to 3 fighters, which is great for small skirmish guerrilla group. Yeah, no, it is very good. But 1,500 again, I would rather get cheaper ships, right? I would get more cheaper ships, sadly. Next, we have the biggest ship in the verse right now that you can play, not say play around, that you can navigate inside. You can't play with it, which is a bit sad, at $3,000. Ooh, this is one ship that I say cool to see, nice to have. I can't afford it. Yeah, so we're gonna skip this because it's only for people who really have that type of money. $3,000 for a destroyer. If I have money, yeah, I would go for it, but it's tough. It's tough. Next, we have the Nautilus. Now, this is a very interesting ship. Right, it is a mine-laying ship. It's $725, and you ask, what's the difference between the Hammerhead? So Hammerhead is more aggressive, or rather more upfront and aggressive, whereas the Nautilus is more passive-aggressive-ish. It still has a very strong firepower to boot, right? It has twin size 7, not pilot. It is a twin size 7 nose cannon, right? It's crazy. Size 7 is a lot of pew-pewness, but its perk or its quirkiness comes from its mine laying. And if you were to ask me, is this single pilot friendly? It could arguably be, yeah, because all you need to do is just be the pilot, do the mine laying. Okay, you might need a friend to do the mine laying, so it's a minimum of 2 crews, because you need a friend to mount the nose gun anyway to do maximum pew pew. So that's that. Because the mine might have some sentry guns, and I'm banking on sentry guns to do the bulk of the damage. But at the moment we don't have enough information for the Nautilus, so I'm gonna keep this in check because I do like the shape. Yup. And next we have the Reclaimer. This ship has some nostalgic factor on me. Yeah, it is technically the second ship in the game that tells me, hey, you know what? If you're gonna spend money on internet spaceship, go big. Go big or go home. At $400, this is technically a value ship right now. And salvaging is not in the game at the moment, but it is a very, very nice ship, right? Big ship, nice ship. And if you've seen some of the older video on how the Reclaimer lands on planet side, its massive side thrusters is crazy. It's nice. It's awesome. I'm waiting for the claw to work. The claw. $400, should you pick this up? Yeah, this is one of those ships that I would say if you have the extra cash to put around and you don't want to do some pew pew, you want to do some more utility activity, yeah, the Reclaimer is worth picking up. Next, we have the Redeemer. This is a smaller gunship or a repurposed community gunship. As I said, it's a gunship. Nothing much to say. $325. If you are playing with friends who likes FPS, right, first-person shooter, yeah, it's nice. It's worth picking up, definitely. Now, the Retaliator. This is my favorite. It is also a gunship, but it's not as good as the Redeemer because the Redeemer is smaller, sleeker, sexier, more agile. Whereas the Retaliator, it's more of a versatile gunship, right? This is the base version. So the base version, it has 2 empty slots, and I like this. I like modularity. Anything that screams modularity, I am in. So right now, this is the base version, $150. If you want to have the bomber version, it's $275, cheaper than the Eclipse, carries 3 times more torpedoes. Yep, enough said. Next, we have the Saber. This is a heavy, or rather it moved towards to medium and heavy fighter, actually more towards medium. It is a stealth fighter. It is a staple. Yeah, it is a staple. $170. If you want something more firepower than the Gladius, the Saber is a solid pick. But I'm biased to the Anvil Super Hornet. Yep. And I'm gonna have that story when Anvil comes up. Next, we have the Saber Comet. Basically, we get nicer, cooler camo, $15 more, better loadout. No, I would argue that it's not really a better loadout. You're paying $15 just for the paint. Yeah, sure, you get different guns, but Next, we have the Vanguard Harbinger. This is one of my favorite ships as well. Not the Harbinger series, but the Vanguard series. Harbinger is a torpedo version. Nice. We have the Hoplite, which is a dropship variant. Nice. $235. In fact, the cheapest Vanguard series out there. But what I'm going to recommend you is actually the next 2 ships, which is the Sentinel. It is a EMP version. And the Warden, the default variant. Now, this ship is awesome. This ship follows the same principle as the Avengers series, where it has a big-ass nose gun, and it has some support guns at the side. And this guy can carry up to size 5 weapons. And it's crazy. Size 5 is a big deal. The Avenger can carry up to size 4, right? So it is cool. Plus it has turret. Plus it has a bait. So it's technically a long-range heavy fighter. $260. Yeah, if you want the best of PvP ship. PvP, not really the best of the best. That's Saber and Super Hornet. Best of the best PvE ship with solo pilot capabilities. Actually it's the Vanguard Warden or the Vanguard Sentinel, because paying extra $15 for an EMP is kind of worth it in my opinion. Plus, it has a nice cool blue. I gonna tongue twist a bit. Nice cool blue paint job with a yellow orangey accent. Yeah. next we're gonna move on to the Vulcan. This is a utility ship. It is currently a repair yeah, it's a utility ship, right? Repair and refuel and rearm. So that's that. $200 for a specialized ship. Yeah, nothing much I can say about it. Yep. And that's it. That's it. Oof. Aegis has a lot of ships. Crazy. Alright. So we have reached to the end of that. Yeah, you should watch this. It is a fun jet between the Gladius and the Saber. Now, let's move on to ship recommendation, because this is one of those brand out there that I can easily recommend a lot of ships and it's fun. If you want something that is everything, starter, all in one, Avenger Titan, like I said early on, one of the best, in fact the golden child for starter ship. But I would change to the cutter. So Avenger Titan, I would say put it on hold. Yeah, put it on hold. The Warlock, however, yeah, I got this in-game with in-game cash. So if I were to get the Warlock, instead of paying $85, I would grind it out in the game. And what ship would I use to grind it out? Yes, it is none other than the Gladius or the Saber, if you want a little bit more firepower. Where are you, Saber? Right, if you want a bit more pew-pewness. But if you're gonna hit $170, might as well just go for the best of the best PvE edition, which is the Vanguard Sentinel. Right, you won't. This is one of those ships that you won't regret. Honestly, you really won't regret. The amount of firepower for the pilot is just too good. Sure, $275 is a lot of money. That's why I said spend wisely. I'm giving you some tips and on what ship should you actually buy. In fact, an informed decision is the best purchase, or an informed purchase is the best purchase. So yeah, Vanguard Sentinel, nice, very nice. And of course, if you want to save a little bit of money, Vanguard Warden is good as well. And one of my personal favorites is, I would say, keep an eye out on the Retaliator, not the bomber version, but the Retaliator itself, because $150 is a cheaper variant compared to $275, because I'm waiting for the modularity for this ship. And if it comes out exactly like how they plan, right? We have the bomber module, we have a living module, which you can have. So the living module is in a question mark right now. It has a dropship module and it has a cargo module. So all in all, $150. Sure, might need to spend a little bit more to get the modules, but yeah, I would grind it in the game as well. Sad part about the Retaliator, it doesn't have pilot control weapons. So not the best pick, because there are better picks out there with $150. But yeah, this is one ship that personally I'm keeping an eye out. That's for sure. It eventually might wiggle itself into the fleet, maybe. Still a big question mark. But the Reclaimer is one of those ships that it is gonna be in my fleet, right? I just need big ships, right? Yeah, and the Reclaimer is just very nice. If you've seen some of my Star Citizen recap ship tour video, if you've seen the Reclaimer, oof, very cool. And that's about it. Nautilus I'm gonna skip because it's very hard to recommend for yeah, it's very hard to recommend. Same goes with the Hammerhead. But yeah, if you're like I said, group play, Hammerhead is a solid choice, but we have other better choice as well. But still, nothing beats big guns in my opinion. And that's it. That's all I have for you for today. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. I know this video is a little bit too long for my liking, but man, the amount of ships, it's just so nice. Until then, my friends, fly safe and I'll see you in the verse. Yep. So Avenger Titan, Hammerhead. Yeah, now I really want a Hammerhead. $725. Crazy.